Tinfoil hat. Oh, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
All right, guys, you want it, you got it. Here we go. Emergency podcast. Have to get it out. Joining me, we're going to be in Texas doing our show, and he's got his brand new show dropping as we speak on Rockfin. My brother from another mother, Eddie Bravo.
Yeah. Yo.
And joining him in screen, one of my favorite people on the planet, Hitler.
Yo.
How are you guys?
Thanks for having me.
John, hey, Eddie, what about this new show?
Yeah, man, I'm bringing the podcast back. It's been like 6 years, changing the name. I'm totally a different person from, back in those days, man. Those days I was still thinking we're on a ball shooting through space a million miles an hour. I was a different guy back then, and now I'm going to come back and straighten things out.
Representing the side of the people who believe we live on a ball. To know him is to love him. Alex Jones, how are you, Alex?
That's right, Team Ball. No. I think we all live in Eddie Bravo's brain.
Damn.
His brain is a supercomputer. We all live there.
How are you, Alex? It's been a while since we rock and rolled.
It's good to be here with all of you. It's good to see all of you there. Especially your producer over there was in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's
actually
Johnny.
in space. That's real NASA footage.
And Xavier, the glorified intern. We're all here. We love you, and we're glad we can make this happen, dude. What do we want to talk about? I don't talk about anything with you guys.
Sam, let's talk about how you look 30 years younger than drinking baby's blood.
That soundbite's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. Dude, fasting. Alex, I've been fasting. I did 22s, 48s, and 72s. And now I've just been working out and
well, I'm not gay, but we need to start dating. You look really good.
As long as you're happy
20, 30 years younger. Wow, this is real. I look 20 years older. Like you lost 30 pounds, I gained 100. So that's good.
Hey, before we start, let's get our dates out of the way, Sam.
Yeah, dude. We're going to be in Texas, Alex. You keep talking about wanting to hang with us. We're going to be in, I know Texas is huge. Why don't you come hang out with us in El Paso and then fly with us over there to Corpus Christi this Friday coming out, Friday, April 8th in El Paso. We're actually playing a rodeo center, two shows, Tinfoil Hat Comedy, and then Swarm Take where you get to ask us any questions you want. And then the following
Well, my
night,
feelings are hurt because I've already offered to pay you and Eddie to come here and do your show with me, and you're just too good. You literally willingly return the call. And I'm serious. Eddie, this is not a lie. Eddie, I say, hey, Eddie, I'll pay to get you here with Sam. No response back. And he sends me 20 fucking COVID links, which are all important links. Me and Joe Rogan sent him text hey, come to town. Let's get dinner. No response. Here's some clips of NASA stuff. So. No, it's true.
Hey, Alex, I appreciate your hospitality, and we are coming to Austin. It's really just the last two times we played Austin, man, they just didn't for me. I bombed. I ate shit both times.
What are you
I got
talking
PTSD.
about?
Here's the difference. I'm going to be there.
with
If you get 1,000-person theater, I'll be there. It's going to be fucking awesome.
We're gonna do it.
We're
gonna do it. We were gonna set up Austin, like I told you. I was coming out. I was planning on it. We were gonna do El Paso and Austin, but we ended up choosing Corpus Christi. We're gonna come back and do Austin and San Antonio or Austin and Houston, but we are coming back to Austin. And I am gonna do your show when I come out there, Alex.
If you and Sam ask Joe,
commit.
Joe's a huge fan. You guys should do the Vulcan Gas Company with all three of you. He's there like 4 days a week, man.
Yeah, we would love to do the Vulcan. It's just all about.
Well, and ask Joe, and it's like this.
Totally.
All I want to do is hang out and fucking drink beer with you. But you're too cool for me. So
let's do it. Let's do it.
We're gonna make it happen. Alex, last time we asked you to come hang out, you didn't show up. That was the problem. We're like,
I don't remember that. I've been through a lot. I'm sorry.
Dude, we had all these secret entrances for you to go in and hang out. We had it all prepped.
Oh, in Austin. Yeah, no, I don't remember. I'm sorry. Well, the next time I'm not going to miss it.
All right, we're going to set it up. I'm telling you, bro, we're going to set it up. We're going to blow it out.
Who's that guy with Eddie? He's named Baby Hitler?
No, he's not Baby.
Hibbler with a B.
Hibbler. All right.
We got some other dates though.
I'm not being mean.
Sam.
My ears going out. I thought you said like baby. Baby Hitler.
Baby Hibbler.
No, Baby
Hey
Hitler.
Sam, what
I
are
don't
the
want
other
him to
dates?
beat me up. I didn't mean that bad.
We got.
Then we have Chicago at the end of the
Dallas,
month.
right?
That's on the April 29th. And then you, me, and Xavier Guerrero will be at Float Fest. That's just outside of Austin as well. You know, Alex, if you want to go into the, be one with nature, wrestle bears, come hang out
What
with
is
us.
Float Fest?
It's a new social media that's totally decentralized. You should check it out. They're good friends of mine. They fly us out to do stand-up comedy out there. But Alex, you should come hang out. I think Alex Jones should do a 15-minute comedy set.
Absolutely. They
think you're Bill Hicks, so you might as well do it.
I think all three of us, Sam, Eddie, and Alex, should all take 8 grams of mushrooms together and live stream it.
Not against it, dude. Not against it.
I haven't watched that. Shit. That sounds awesome.
Not against that. Not against
I just took mushrooms with Mike Tyson.
Oh,
dude, I would pay for that pay-per-view. I would pay.
He said he had like 8. It was 2 weeks ago. It's going to air in a few weeks. He had like 8 ahead of it. But he was trying to get me to stay and take DMT, the toad, with him. But I didn't do that. But yeah, that's coming out.
Wow. What'd you learn about
yourself?
It's true. What'd you learn about yourself on mushrooms, bro?
Well, it wasn't the first time I'd taken them, Sam. So I didn't find out much except that I'm a fat bastard. But I definitely had fun with Mike Tyson taking mushrooms. I did do that. Major bucket list has been checked off, and that's what happened. But now I wanted the bigger bucket list because I've taken mushrooms with Joe Rogan and acid. But with Eddie, we never did that. Eddie, I've known you like 15, 16 years. We've not taken hallucinogens yet. It's time.
I think just weed and lots of alcohol.
Okay.
We've definitely been hammered.
We've been drunk plenty of times together. No, you were there once in Vegas when me and Joe were on whatever it was. I'm just joking, trying to act cool. None of that happened. I'm just joking.
Alex, one of the craziest experiences in my life was when we were in Vegas, when Joe invited you the first time to Vegas to see a UFC. And I think it was like 04, 05, 06, something like that.
Yeah, you and Joey Diaz was there.
Yeah, and it was like, I've always been a big fan of yours, and your voice is so unique. And when we went out Friday night, we went to like a strip club we did something crazy. And,
did a bunch of stuff.
We were all, none of us, I wasn't married at the time, so I don't care. And
you had a bunch of girls on you. Yeah, we went and hung out with Dana White, all of it.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And then the crazy part is the next morning, you called me hungover, and you're like, Eddie Bravo, man, that was a wild night last night. You want to get some breakfast? Just go get some breakfast. Give me a call when you wake up. I'm like, dude, Alex Jones is calling me a hungover to get some breakfast the next morning. It was surreal to me.
Now I remember that now. Yeah, that was freaking crazy, dude.
You were like, I don't know, that blonde, she was all over you. I don't know. I hope you got some of that, but let's go get some breakfast and call me when you wake up. I was like, oh shit.
This is better than dinosaurs not existing.
Oh, you still believe in dinosaurs, Alex? After all this COVID shit, you still believe in dinosaurs?
No, I don't believe anything they say anymore. Listen, I tune into the news. The shit they say about me is completely made up.
Totally.
Like 100, like none of it's even true.
Yeah. So now you know.
No, I don't agree. I think the Earth is a fucking. I think the Earth is as flat as a pancake, and you're probably right, and nothing's real anymore.
Oh man, once you
That's
go
a
flat,
great
you don't
place
go
to
back,
be,
man.
bro. That's a great place to be when you don't believe anything. It's so much easier than trying to decide what's real and what's not real. When you
I
just
think
go
Earth's like a figure eight, actually. It's like, who knows what it is?
infinity symbol, dude. I'm totally down with that. I'm totally down with that.
Well, and who says we
Definitely
can't
not a
ask
ball-
questions?
What was it? We're definitely not a ball shooting through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour one way, 600,000 miles an hour another way, 60,000 miles an hour another way, and 1,000 miles.
But I
an
can
hour
see
another way.
behind the Keebler's head. There's a ball right there.
Oh yeah. That's Earth. That's the Japanese version. That's the Japanese version of Earth from the moon. Like that's their official picture. That's from the Japanese Space Agency.
It's an image, not a picture. Image.
Yeah. They claim
No,
that
you're
people
right.
think
Like
that's
NASA's
real.
always like, this is a composite image. And Eddie, I seen the other day, like that clip where NASA's like, we can't get to the moon now. Like what? What?
Oh yeah,
Like, what?
Alex just saw in the flat Earth community. That's an old classic video of Don Pettit, like the NASA representative, saying, "I would go back to the moon in a nanosecond, except we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We destroyed that technology,
Yeah, it's too hard to build it
and
back.
it's been a painful task to put it back together."
Painful
That's
task.
an old clip, but it's awesome that you finally saw it, Alex, because that's the guy. That's the Fauci of NASA. That guy's dude. That guy's. He's
Speaking of that, I had scientists on a year and a half ago, and for the censors out there, now the National Post, the Associated Press is reporting Pfizer vaccine linked to nerve death and deafness. Did you see that today?
I believe it. I don't even need to see it. I just believe it.
I mean, I'll pull the
sounds
headline
right.
up right here.
Well, Alex, have you
Show,
seen?
show it. Show it.
Alex, have you
Yeah, guys,
seen?
if you're in there, if there's any crew in there, they're probably not.
Anybody still there? Is Alex locking up? Alex? Did you see the FDA document? I got the documents. Okay.
Yeah, which one was it?
It states that they never isolated the COVID virus to build.
Yeah, I saw that. Here's the National Post. And again, this is one of the biggest Canadian newspapers. Ottawa. Just skipped ahead of there. Sorry.
Hey, as he's looking for that Hibbler, where can they find you?
Hibbler.
Hibbler with a B. We went over this before.
What did I say? Hibbler.
Hey, they just banned the letter Z because the Russians used it. I think we should just ban the letter H because Hibbler just did. It's who Pfizer vaccine potentially linked to hearing loss. See
There it is.
see that Hibbler?
I see it.
You know, I heard Hibbler is they got it. They found it. I heard Hibbler's still alive in Argentina.
While we're on the subject of Hibbler, we'll get back to that Pfizer vaccine. Hibbler is the producer of the Flat Earth documentary Level. That was part one. Part two is about to come out within a month. Tell us a little bit about that. How is this one different than the first one?
This one's more of documentary fashion. Last year was more of kind of just in your face clips of all the deception of the globe. But this one's more of a personal, with the great minds of the flat earth, the people that, really put together a good presentation here. So
Who's in it?
well, David Weiss, Dearth, deep beside the rest.
These are literally the anti-globalists.
Yeah, we don't like the globalists are the enemies, literally. So we're going after it. But deep beside the
So
rabbit
can
hole,
I
David
say
Weiss is
hail
in it.
Hibbler?
ODTV. We got Flat Earth millionaire Tanner Stewart. You got Santos Bonacci. You got Martin Leakey, Flat Earth British, Mr. Tartaria himself. Myself. Actually, I have my girlfriend in there as well because she's a new flat earther. So I wanted to have that perspective of someone that's new to this information.
Let's talk about your girlfriend a little
Yeah,
bit.
that dick's so good she doesn't even believe in the planet anymore.
Yeah, this is definitely we're definitely on a plane. See, the problem is people don't know why they would lie about something like this, so they dismiss it. But once you understand that,
Well, I
there's more-
told Eddie I'm ready to do we'll get in the ship together. I'm serious. The ratings will be huge.
Can't
and
go.
we just cruise towards this
Let's
thing
do
where
it. You know what,
ends.
Alex? I always denied it because I know we can't do it.
Can't do
I
it.
know, but I'm not going to deny it.
Eddie,
anymore.
let's
Let's
stop.
do
Start
it.
over.
Let's do it.
Eddie, I challenge you that we get in the ship on Joe Rogan and I finance it. Why do you not want to do that?
No. I don't want to do it because I know it's a waste of time. It's very hard to go to Antarctica. You got to trust me. A lot of people have documented how hard it is. They make it really hard. And then if you're able to get permission to go, they put you on a little peninsula. They got some penguins and they have a pole that says, "Oh, that's a
no." They admit that no one's allowed to What does Hibbler think?
Well, you can't. It's not what I think. It's what I know, Alex. You can't explore Antarctica past the 60th parallel. They've cut that off to we can't go there. You'll be turned around. You're on radar.
Yeah. Why are they so scared about crossing the Hibbler line?
Oh, it's not the Hibbler line. It's when Captain Cook couldn't get in, when Admiral Byrd finally got over, he found a continent the size of North America. They quickly killed him.
Well, that's what they say. He saw a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, a continent the size of North America. They killed him 6 months later, and then NASA starts. So right away they found more land and said, we cannot let people know this because I
think you're onto something.
Well, how can they say that oil's scarce and diamonds are scarce and all this stuff is limited?
They're not.
That's why they tax us. If there's unlimited land, we could just get up and go. We're not a part of this fucking system anymore. They want us stuck in the middle of the pond thinking that we're lost in space and there's no more continents. On a globe, there's only 7 continents.
It's fine. I don't care if they stop us. Eddie, let's go. Let's do it.
No. Now we're going to go. I want you to prepare everything, and then you're going to find out, damn, they're not going to let you go.
Guys,
I'm going to go along with it. I'm going to go along.
No. We actually, about 2 years ago, I said, get an Antarctic expedition. I said, Arctic, find out how we pay to circumnavigate. And I said, I don't care if it's $2 million. They said, no one will do it.
Guys,
they just say no one does it.
Let's do it. So, and then I want you to document the process.
But since when have you heard?
Because
you're going to
hit a brick wall.
We don't want your money. You can't do it.
Yeah. Let's do it. But I just want you to document the process of you getting denied and not happening.
Eddie, that's what I was saying.
So then it's not wasted.
Why won't? Because I even look at the map of satellites. Do a document cam shot for the viewers. Like, here's the globe. And here's Antarctica, and here's the Arctic. You know, overhead shot, guys. Why won't? If you look at all the satellites, there's no satellites down at the bottom. All the satellites are right here.
Well, they're called satelloons.
Why would they not be here?
They're on balloons, brother.
Satelloons.
Well, NASA is the largest consumer of helium in the world for a good reason. They send these up on balloons, and they hover over the stationary Earth. They can be up there for a year or two at a time. So
satellites have always been on balloons. You could watch old 50s military Navy satellites, big balloons. And then in the 60s, they started saying, hey, if you give us, $1 gazillion, we could shoot them into space and they'll float in space. But they were always on balloons, never went into space, always on balloons. So now you could go to YouTube and look for Loon Project. Now they're producing big documentaries how the new wave of satellites is on balloons. The space stuff is it's too expensive.
And on blimps.
But they've always been on. That's the way they've always been. They've always been on balloons. But now people are finding out that they never shot them in space. They've been stealing our money. So now they're going, oh, this is way better on balloons. Like, bitch, you've been doing it on balloons. So
Eddie, let me ask you a question. What is going on then?
They're trying to keep us from knowing what we're on. This is some kind of wildlife preserve that we're in. And every country's like an experiment. They're just experimenting on us. That's all they're doing. They don't care about our health or any of that shit. They're experimenting on us with politics, with just psychological operations. It seems like everything is a goddamn psychological operation. When are you familiar with, Alex, have you ever got into the Laurel Canyon conspiracy?
Oh,
tell us about that. Yeah.
Sam's real. I love it, but Sam's really good at explaining the Laurel Canyon conspiracy.
Basically, the Laurel Canyon conspiracy is that basically culture is manufactured, and what they see trends happening, and they hijack these trends by inserting controlled opposition and agent provocateurs into these movements. So the hippie movement's going. Basically, the Laurel Canyon studios are connected to Charles Manson, and how the CIA
it's admitted that the Pentagon was running those. That's not debated.
Yeah, totally. But most people don't believe that shit.
Yeah, most people don't realize that all of those, most of these people that were quote unquote the 60s and 70s stars are all military brats or controlled opposition. I mean, the very famous, everyone knows Jim Morrison's father was involved with the Gulf of Tonkin. And that's what makes
orchestrated it.
You bet. Yeah. What makes me laugh.
Yeah, well, he was the head of the Navy there. Yeah.
Yeah. But think about that.
So what goes past, like, why doesn't somebody just steal a jet and fly over it and see what's there?
Because Alex, you're on radar. You can't get there. You can't. They know you're coming from miles away. Understand that they have radar systems that go thousands of miles across the ocean because there's no curve. There's no imaginary bulging curve of water. There's no drop. It's all water's level. So let's start there. All water's level. So they have radar systems that go thousands of miles. They would see you coming a long time before you thought you were close, and they're going to turn you around.
And there's video of that. There's video of ships being intercepted.
Too far south. Can't go.
So that's why when you say, hey, I'm going to pay for that, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go on one of those ships. They're going to fucking raid me. They're not going to let you. And then they have fake expeditions. Like they'll take this deep state puppet, an explorer, and they'll say, oh, he's going to hike across the fucking Antarctic. And then they make a documentary on it. And then they put it on Discovery Channel or the Science Channel. Then everyone goes, oh, okay, I believe it now. It's super easy to fool everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Alex, are you...
So we're like a terrarium that these creatures are looking in on.
Well, think about it. If we're
it's a haunted house, Alex. It's a giant haunted house. We live in a haunted house.
Ruled by the Hibblers.
Alex, think about it this way. If we're stuck in the middle of the pond and there's land outside of our ring that we know, that would be outer space. Okay. That would be called outer space. And that's extraterrestrial.
And once we make it past that, it's like whatever is out there is out there.
It could go, look, people, for some reason, they accept the fantasy of looking up and saying, oh, that's infinite. Above us goes forever. But they can't grasp at maybe the land, the earth we live on goes forever. And maybe they keep finding new land and new continents. They're never going to tell us, because if we all just got up and left, then we're leaving this satanic system they've created here.
Yes,
we're forced to stay. We're forced to stay here. This is all that there is to us. If we know there's more land, if we can go, we can't even go try to go see. People go take a picture of the edge. What edge? What edge you talking about?
But how is it
There's
combat jujitsu?
And then the Antarctic Treaty, which is ridiculous, in 1958 or 59.
Yeah, right after they definitely found more continents. They put the treaty together. Then they started NASA. NASA quickly said, "Oh, we have to do something." They got with Stanley Kubrick. They got probably Walt Disney had influence.
Warner von Braun, Nazi.
Warner von Braun.
You're gonna believe shit
traitor.
from that dude?
I mean, it's all these people come over to help. And they were doing pre-programming. Walt Disney was doing space stuff in the 40s and 50s.
So I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Combat jujitsu plane? Because you got world on your shirt there.
Oh,
Planet.
World,
Joe.
Yeah.
world. It's not Combat Jiu-Jitsu Planet. It's Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds. Worlds are like world championship. World could be a flat world. We're in a flat world.
Alex.
Now 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu. I'll give you that one. That's when I was balls deep into space. I was all into Zachariah Sitchin and all that ancient aliens bullshit. That's where 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu comes from. And people say, why don't you change it to something else? I'm like, you know what? I talk so much shit on Deep State. Maybe I keep it 10 Planet, and that saves my ass because I'm kind of promoting space in that way.
Well, at least you're man enough to admit that you were fooled.
Oh yeah, to me now, at first 10th Planet was like a real thing. Like, damn, there's a 10th planet, and I'm gonna call my jujitsu that. But now I look at it, it's like, oh, it's like a mythical name, like calling your jujitsu club or association
the 10th
Dark Star, like Death Star Jiu-Jitsu. You know what I mean? Just because that's what 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu is to me. That's fantasy shit.
No, I got
it.
it. I just want to say this. It's so good to be here with you guys. I want to get into big conspiracies with you guys and actually go through topics sometimes, because I'm not denying that what you're saying might be true. Everything we've been lied to is so crazy. Maybe what you're saying is right, so I do not poo-poo any of that.
Let me ask you something,
Alex. What's your best
Alex.
proof of the globe, Alex? Like deep down inside, when you say, "Hey, I think it's a globe. I think we're moving. I think the sun's hundreds of millions of miles away, 93 million miles away." Where do you grasp this self-evidence proof for yourself? How do you feel about the globe that you're presented in kindergarten through third grade that you're defending? What are you nowadays?
Well, I do wonder why in space and time, why everything is so spherical. But then that would also, you could argue
What's
gravity.
spherical in nature?
Spherical in nature.
Yeah.
But the sun looks spherical, and then you've got Jupiter and Saturn. And
I'm talking about Earth, though, Alex. I'm talking about Earth. I mean, you can't look at the kit.
But if the thing I see is kind of the form, like I can't see myself as a 2-year-old, but my mother, looks like a human. I'm a human, so I see the moon. It doesn't really turn though. That's a good point. And I just see that looks like a globe to me.
No. But again, if you look at the ceiling in your house, the lights, the shape of the lights in your house on top of your ceiling, that doesn't determine the floor of your home. Your floor is flat, right? So it doesn't matter what's about. You keep going up. I'm talking about here, staying on this plane of existence we're on.
Well, as above, so below.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
What did he say?
This, the Hermetic principles right here?
What'd you say? We missed that.
So above, so below. So above,
That's some
so
Hermetic
below.
principles.
I'm just saying things repeat themselves in the universe.
Hey, Alex, let me ask you something. Will Smith slap, real or fake?
Fake as hell.
Fake. I say
Fake.
Real fake. Real
Total
fake.
false flag. What he goes like before he slaps him, he goes, when he walks up, he goes,
Yeah.
and then he goes,
Did anyone see the patch here? They released some 8K footage of that day, images. and
Johnny
you see
doesn't
something
believe
on
that
his face.
picture. Johnny doesn't believe that picture.
No,
Johnny says it-
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's an
everyone's
AI enhancement. If you take a low res image and put it through an AI processor, which some people did, you get a result that's very similar to that. I think that
I don't
image
know
is
if
fake.
it's true. I was just bringing it up because I
Yeah, I
didn't know
saw
if
it, though.
anybody
Yeah.
saw that. It looked crazy if it was real, kind of like Joe Biden. With
Also,
the
the image, the actual image, the original file wasn't 8K. It just the tweet said it was 8K, but it wasn't. It was much lower resolution than that.
I think that he could get paid to take a slap. We all could. I'm sure that.
well, how often are you guys doing the show? Because I want to do 5 hours with you guys.
Also, what's
I'm
a
supposed
patch?
to-
What's
my
a
baby, my
patch
nanny,
gonna
my wife's out of town. My nanny leaves in about 45 minutes. So I got to go, but I've been begging to come on the Tinfoil Hat podcast, and I've been begging to get you guys to come to town. First class hotel. We'll do huge podcasts in here. We'll do it all.
All right,
Let's
man.
do it. Okay, it's on.
I'm down, Alex. Alex, did we get too close to the truth? Did we make you uncomfortable? Is that why you're leaving our
Chris
podcast right
Chris
now?
Rock got him.
Yeah, it's absolutely right now.
Is it Chris Rock? Are you a little upset about Chris Rock?
No, Eddie's just
More
too
land.
handsome. Eddie's
We're
too
all
handsome.
handsome.
I'm not gay.
You just
But-
literally said you wanted to have gay sex with me, Alex. You literally said that.
I won't have gay
I've
sex
gotten
with you
2
and Eddie.
sound bites from this. You want to do
You and
Tinfoil
Eddie.
Hat, and you want to.
You and
want
Dr.
me to
Spock
top
right
you.
there.
Alex, you
No,
want
no,
me to
no,
top
no,
you?
no,
Alex.
no, no.
Yeah, Alex, I'm topping
now-
you, bro. That's for sure.
Alex, I wanted to ask you about something. Clarence Thomas's wife, those texts, and what she said in those texts, or allegedly said in those texts, was very similar to what Dr. Steve Pachenik, one of your regular guests, who is a former CIA psychologist, he said it like a month after the election, like in December of 2020. He said, he came on your show 2 different times and said that it was a sting operation, the same stuff that Clarence Thomas' wife is saying. What do you think about all that stuff? About what Steve Pachenik said?
Steve Pachenik wrote Tom Clancy's book. Steve Pachenik was the head of psychological operations for the State Department, the CIA. He's the real deal. He's not feeling too well right now, so he can't come on air. He's pretty old, which is a bummer. But he did say all that. And yeah, no, she was quoting my show. That had like 20 million views, even with censorship we did with that. And, he came on and questioned the election. And that's what she was bringing up. And so what? They're like, oh, get rid of Clarence Thomas. Arrest her. They were questioning the election. Well, I mean, even if they're wrong, they have a right to. So, yeah, no, that was definitely my show. And that's all over the news. And now they want the Supreme Court justice removed because his wife said, hey, maybe we should question an election. Yeah, we should be able to question whatever we want.
Yeah, I mean, dude, where are we going with everything? Do you have faith, Alex, that we're going to come out of this on top, or what do you think? I have none but faith. You brought up so below, so above, so below, which is Hermetic principles. I mean, do you believe that these power bottom lizard people are going to fucking end up failing because they're not bigger than the universe?
They're going to fail, and there's too many of us. And we got Eddie Bravo. And we got Sam Tripoli.
Yeah.
And we got Hibbler. And dude, when we have got a Hibbler, no, I'm serious. Obviously, if humanity only spends 10% of its time trying to be free, we're going to win. Everybody just got to stand up for themselves, say no to the Great Reset, say no to all this GMO garbage, say no to these shots. We're going to win because it's known in galactic circles that the Hibbler effect.
The Hibbler effect. I like
the Hibbler effect.
Alex, would you say that the social justice warriors, far fringe progressive left is American ISIS, funded, trained?
Oh, they're 100% anti-free speech, 100% anti-liberal. Because what the right wing and fascists were threatened by is real liberals. So you take them over and you make the liberal a bunch of fascist, out of control assholes. And so exactly, because we're all like free will. Hey, do whatever you want, as long as you don't hurt me. Well, and then now it's like, no, we're going to do whatever we want. And your speech is gone. We're the liberal. And so the real liberals have let these people take over.
Okay, so here we got Eddie Bravo, Alex Jones, Sam Tripoli, Michelle Obama. Who has the biggest dick?
Michelle Obama.
I've seen Michelle Obama's dick. It's big.
Yeah.
Is it veiny, Alex?
Got a big old pecker.
Veiny.
It's a nice pecker.
Don't you talk about Michael like that. Don't talk about Michael like that.
No, but I mean,
My
she
wife's
comes
name
out
out your mouth.
She comes out of like Harvard and stuff. These videos, and it's like she's either as a prank, got like one of those big rubber snakes you buy at the. Because my dick limp's about that big. It gets pretty big, hard, but it's a limp weenie. It's a good foot. I mean, it's like about an 8-inch weenie flopping around. So I mean, in the real world, Michael, as Obama called her twice,
Big Mike,
has got about a 2 foot long dick.
Alex, you've been into this game for a long time. What is the deepest, most important conspiracy out there? What is the one where you're like, this is some black belt shit and you can't talk about with everybody, but since you're here with a Hibbler, you're not afraid?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, even though I think we're a round world, I think it's so healthy to say it's flat. The nature of the planet and where it is probably a giant simulation. So I think questioning if it's round or not is saying you don't believe the simulation. I think that's the best thing we can do. So I think flat Earth. I think nature of reality. I think the observer effect, which has been proven, where if you're observing something, it has quantum changes in matter. I think the observer effect is the biggest thing. And I think being able to question what you're told is the first level to opening that door. So I think the observer effect, flat Earth, all that is very important because we have to unlock our minds to the next level. This is all like a riddle.
Who owns Vanguard?
It's the same consortium that owns BlackRock. It's a few families.
Is it the black nobility? Is it like the royals? Because they don't list who their primary stockholders are.
The black nobility, for those who don't know, is when Italy was falling apart like 600, 700 years ago. They all moved to the UK. What's the UK today? England and Scotland. And the black nobility, that's who owns about 95% of the world. And that's their name for themselves, the black nobility, meaning black ops. You don't know their names. Like the real royalty stopped using their names 600 years ago.
Alex, what's going on in Ukraine? What's the real story? Are you standing with Ukraine like George Soros said to do? And Marina Abramovic?
I'm standing with
stand
Hibbler.
with Ukraine.
I'm with Hibbler. No.
What's going? What
Seriously,
is Ukraine? Supposedly, Ukraine is like one of the most corrupted governments.
Now, let me give you my take on that. All that stuff super corrupt. Ukraine was a NATO puppet, started the war with Russia, but the globalists are bigger than that. They want to get rid of the dollar. So now the ruble's up, the dollar's down. The U.S. cuts off all the energy, which is what the globalists want, and then now it makes the dollar start dying. So there's a bigger situation. I'm against the war. I'm against everything that's happening, and I don't sit there and bow down to Zelensky either. The whole thing's a psyop. It's really bad.
So what do you think is going to happen with the U.S. dollar? Do you think we're all just screwed?
If it continues down on this track, we're in a lot of trouble. And like I said, I was told I was on for 10 minutes. I want to do 5 hours next week if you guys want. I'm ready to do it next Friday whenever you want. And I'm ready to fly Sam Tripoli and of course the incredible Eddie Bravo and the amazing Hibbler.
Ooh.
If you guys want to, and your whole crew, we can do a whole 10-hour marathon in my studios whenever you're ready. Because I love Eddie Bravo. Nobody's funnier. Nobody's more fun than Eddie Bravo.
Nobody.
Thank
is
you. I
more
appreciate
fun.
that, Alex.
Nobody's more fun.
Hey,
when are
Alex.
you going to get on Rockfin, Alex?
What's Rockfin?
Rockfin's this premium content thing. You should come on there and just wreak havoc.
I want to wreak havoc. So you guys are here in a few weeks. Me and Joe were really excited that Eddie was coming, but he canceled it. But it doesn't matter. Just get to Austin. I'm not bullshitting. I mean, I still got money. I will pay to have all you guys come here. We can do these great live podcast, commercial free in here, and then we can do whatever we want. But I got to go because the nanny's leaving in 45 minutes.
All right, man. Well, that was Alex Jones. Thank you for coming on the show.
You bet.
Alex.
Infowars.com is still alive, Sam. Infowars.com, Band.video. We're live. We're fighting hard. We're fighting against the globe, and we're fighting against the enemies of Hibbler.
Alex, should we be worried about InfoWars? Should we be worried about Band.tv and Band.video? Should we be worried?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm embattled. I mean, yeah. I'm not a loser or a whiner, but yeah, we're under attack. We can barely keep stuff going. It's not even a money issue. It's all the attacks and the cyber stuff and everything else and the censorship. It's just been pretty crazy. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to stop us. They're not going to stop you. And I'm just very happy. I wish they'd let me know you wanted me on for longer than 10 minutes. I'd have got a babysitter to stay longer. My wife's out of town at some yoga conference in Las Vegas, and the nanny's got to leave at 6:30. So I hear a dog barking. What kind of dog is that?
It's a Thai Ridgeback, brother. Very rare. Found her at a Carl's Jr.
That dog's not in league with Hibbler, is it?
That dog does not believe in the globe. My other dog is a pug. It's gay as fuck. Okay, I've got a super gay dog and totally believes in fucking the ball theory. And we're discussing it.
How do you know it's gay? Humps other male dogs?
Dude eats poop out. The other dog loves to get peed on, like power German gay. That's what that dog is. Loves all leather daddy. Weird, bro. Weird. You should meet my dog, Alex. You would love Roger the Pug. Should I bring that to Austin with us?
Bring your gay dog.
Bring my gay dog. And we'll bring it to the park and you watch it just walrus everybody, dude. You'd love it.
We'll call it the Gay Dog Podcast.
Yeah. No, Roger needs his own podcast on Band.tv. That would be great.
All right, let me see the great Eddie Bravo one more time. Look at that. No. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Eddie plays coy.
Stunningly good looking Eddie Bravo.
It's the
light. All right, and Hibbler. It's good to meet you, Hibbler.
Yeah, you too, man. Hopefully we'll be in the studio soon so we can talk some more.
As soon as you want to come.
Hey, Alex, set it in motion. Get your crew. Get that Antarctic trip together. Get a ship. Get all that shit. And then we'll see how difficult it is.
Alex,
remember, Eddie, listen to me. Brother. We talked about this. Let me say this. I know we got to go, but because of imagine the documentary showing us arguing, and then we make calls and do it all, and they deny it. Because I know we've already tried.
That's going to be the documentary because we ain't going. They ain't going to let us go. But
where have you ever seen where there's not corporations in Walmart? And everyone, because we called, it's call back in a month. You're lucky. We spent months trying to actually do it. Yeah. I was going to send a crew. They won't call back. You can't even go there. There's one peninsula where you look at penguins.
Exactly. Then you think, I have some friends that went to fucking South Pole. Yeah. They put them in that little fucking island with penguins. You can't just go.
I mean, saying you're at the South Pole and saying you went to Antarctica and you walked around it, he's like being in New Jersey and saying you were chilling in California. It's fucking huge. There's a whole part to it. They let you go to some parts and they don't let you go to the other parts.
Antarctica's bigger
they're
than
definitely hiding Antarctica.
Yeah, that's where the lizard people are, Alex. Come on. Alex, you know lizard people.
I thought lizards like warm weather.
Well, they go down below, and that's where the ecosystem is.
That's what that admiral said, right? It's all like jungle.
Yeah.
I mean, they found stuff that it was warm temperatures, warm waters, brand new, all new resources. And Admiral Byrd also wrote in his diary when he went to the North Pole to explore that there was giants there. There was people 20 feet tall there. So,
dude, we're talking Anunnaki, brother, Tataria, all this stuff.
Tataria,
Alex,
for sure,
when are you gonna start getting into Tataria?
Yeah, that would be huge.
Yeah,
that's my next film. My next film's out Tataria.
Yeah, that's my new jam too, man. Tataria is fascinating.
Yeah, brother. Dude, they're lying to us about history.
So much
Alex.
evidence that.
Well, I swear to God, I will pay to fly you guys here. We can do commercial free, like 5 hours. You can put all of it. I want everybody to hear this.
Okay,
Hey, Alex.
Hey, real quick, Alex. You know that list, that World Economic Forum list, and they got like Dan Crenshaw on it, and they got like Alexander Soros, and they got all these people. And generally, if you're on that list, if you're one of those, future stars from the World Economic Forum, it's like you can't trust anybody on that list, right? But Ivanka Trump is on that list. What do you think about that?
No, I think Ivanka Trump just does whatever she can for power. I don't trust her. And Tulsi Gabbard, I like Tulsi Gabbard. She's very well spoken, but she's on that list. But
would you like to do coke with Ivanka Trump, like Ivana Trump? Would you like to do blow with her?
A lot of people like cocaine. I don't blame them. It makes me very depressed. I like downers. I like alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm
a go fast guy.
Do you remember when Dr. Steve Pachanek, bringing him up again, he also said when he was talking about Trump, like he was a believer in Trump. He was backing Trump, but he did say, he goes, Trump has got to get Ivanka out of his politics. He
said that like 4 years ago. Yeah,
he said that.
Bad.
He saw something in Ivanka.
Well, he said she was on the Chinese payroll.
Is it possible that Trump's trying to do the right thing, but his daughter is on the other side? Is that possible?
Well, I think she's an idiot. Yeah.
Dude, would you want her to be that smart when you're that hot? Do you want someone that hot, that smart? I mean, that's fucking dangerous.
And also,
I'm coming back on next. Hey, I want to be on the Tinfoil Hat podcast.
Dude, I want you to co-host with me. I want to be with Sam and Alex, and we don't even use our last names. It's just the Tinfoil Hat with Sam and Alex.
No, the new show's called The Hibblers.
The Hibblers with Roger the Gay Pug.
And well, Roger the Gay Pug, it's like he's the boss of the whole show. All right, love you. Hey, listen, you don't take my invitations. I'll pay for the air flight. I won't even hear from Eddie. I'll get 5 texts today about links, but no call from Eddie. Eddie spurns me like the gay pug. All right, I'll see you.
Bye,
it's true, Eddie. You're kind of a jerk. I love you, but you're super.
Come on,
hey, you can't leave
I'm
on
just teasing.
calling.
You won't. I love you. You won't come to Austin.
Open the show saying you want to have gay sex.
I just can't commit to anything right now, but eventually I'm going to come.
I was joking about the gay sex. I actually want Hibbler, though.
Okay.
I think you should let him
like, okay.
copy you, Alex.
I have no problem speaking to the truth to any audience. So as long as you can handle
We
it.
need to get Hibbler on band.tv and let people know.
Hibbler, dude, we need the Hibbler channel.
Yeah, dude, we got to do that, Alex. Alex,
Dude, Hibbler has produced 2 of the best flat earth documentaries. I mean, Hibbler's no joke. I know you're tripping on his name right now, Alex, and you can't get over it. But he watch the documentary Level, watch that one, and then his new one's coming out in like 3 weeks called Next Level. You watch that shit. If you're on the fence, he'll tip you over.
No, I love it all. I'm gonna stop being sarcastic. I apologize. I'll see you guys soon in Austin.
Alex, let's do a show. I'll let you go where you, me, and Eddie watch Hibbler's special. And
we'll get a big screen and call it the Hibbler effect.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Come to the light, Alex.
And soon Joe's going to open his big, thing. Yeah. We can do a whole Hibbler effect there.
Yeah, okay. Tinfoil Hat with Sam and Eddie, or Eddie.
Because listen, I was out hanging out with Joe a few weeks ago. He's like, "We needed Sam Tripoli, and we needed you on the Tinfoil Show and everything." Because he's got that comedy club.
Joe said that.
Are you sure? Yeah. It's true. We talk to Joe all the time. He's like, he wants to do Tinfoil Hat at his new club he's about to open.
We're going to do it, bro.
That would be awesome. But
we're going to go to there.
Listen, the show you need to do is with Eddie and Sam Tripoli, the Tinfoil Hat. I go, great. I'll wear a tinfoil hat. And literally goes, you can't steal their idea. I was like, steal a tinfoil hat?
Dude, you're my co-host, Alex.
He's stealing
you're
jokes.
my co-host. Together, we just go around and we just meet fucking conspiracy smoke show.
But Joe was on mushrooms that night, but he did say that.
I want you, when we do the show, to do shrooms, and we just go deep, bro, and we find out
I can
what's
take
really
a lot of
going
them.
on.
I took him with Mike Tyson 2 weeks ago. All right. Hibbler.com, folks.
Hibbler Productions.
All right, Alex, take care. Thanks for
Infowars.com is a real site.
Don't hate my gay dog. Don't be homophobic against gay dogs, Alex. It's not a good look.
I'm not. I support it. I'll see
Bye,
you.
buddy. Take care. Ma'am.
Love you,
great.
Alex.
Bye, Alex.
Bye.
Hail
Bye,
Hibbler.
Yeah, next time.
Bye, Alex. Bye.
Hail Hibbler.
Hell, Hitler. Oh, that's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable.
Hibbler.
Dude, do you do yoga at all, Alex? You got
Look at
a
this
yoga
body.
girl? Why don't you do yoga? You got a yoga babe. Have you ever checked out these yoga thoughts on YouTube, Alex? They're all just showing.
This guy's been trying to leave.
I love Hibbler.
You will after the next level comes out because you'll actually wake up to something.
Do you watch yoga videos
really
on
important.
YouTube, Alex? When they show you where babies come from in their yoga pants? Have you ever seen these videos?
I know where babies come from. Huh?
Oh, snaps, dude. That's not flat. I'll tell you that right now, dog. Right?
All right.
Am I right?
As a woman's
We're
belly,
waiting for you to
round or
hang up,
flat?
Alex. We're trying to get in some real shit. We
There's
want to
round,
talk
there's real
about, but you
curvature
want to
in the
leave
belly.
because an hour from now, your babysitter's got to leave.
30 minutes by now.
30
But,
minutes.
yeah,
from
she's
now.
leaving soon. She'll be
Throw
all
her an
sitting
extra
there when I get there.
$20.
Hey,
Stay long.
An extra
Hibbler.com.
$20, bro.
Give her another $100.
It's Hibbler
Hang out with us,
Productions.com.
bro. We're going deep, man.
Let's do shots on the show right now.
Do you
got-
believe in clones,
Let's do
Alex?
shots.
Is everybody a
shots.
clone? Do you think Joe Biden's a clone?
I actually do.
You think it's a clone?
Whatever he is, it's not good.
Not normal. He's not human.
Could he be faking being so stupid?
No,
He might
I think
be
he's
faking.
dumber than
can't
you
think
think.
that.
I think Eddie Bravo is going to be within the studio within 2 weeks.
Not next week, because next week we're on the road. But
Why don't you come
maybe
hang out
the
with
next
us in El
week, I don't know.
Paso?
Maybe during the. Hey, how about during the week, Alex? Would during the week, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, be cool?
Let's do May.
I'm ready. I want to meet Mr. Hibbler. Is he going to be there?
Hell yeah, he's coming.
Bring Hitler.
Hey,
bring the
what
whole-
background is Hibbler? Well, what is that nationality? I like that name.
Well, my last name is German, but I'm half.
Oh,
German.
shit.
I have Norwegian in me as well, and Polish. So
All right. Well,
Sounds like World Economic Forum. Like,
Hey, Alex, real quick. I know you got to go. One more question, dude.
Yes, sir.
Is that Klaus Schwab on the beach in a fucking wedding bikini?
I think it looks like him.
Do you think it is?
Absolutely. All right. I love you guys. Come see me soon. You got an offer. You go to all these other clubs, big success, but you won't come to see me because you're too cool. All right, fine. I'll see you later.
All right. All right.
See you, Eddie
Wait
Bravo.
till you go. Wait till you go.
Thank you.
Bye,
thank
buddy.
you.
Bye, buddy. Let's see if he actually goes. How long will that screen be on? That's the
Rest of the
question.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
There
we
we go.
lost him. Dude, that was great, bro.
So funny.
That was
dude, he was
great.
hammered.
Oh, easily. He's
Hibbler.
drinking.
Dude,
Yeah, what's up?
Alf Jones wants to have gay sex with us. How
Yeah,
do you
he
feel
loves your
about
name,
that?
dude. Loves your name.
yeah, well, he's gonna love the next level because he'll actually wake up to this finally. This is why I'm making it for.
Do
know,
you
even
think
someone
that
like
your
him
girlfriend is in flat earth now because you were unrelenting? Do you think
wasn't
at some point she's like, fucking fine, I'm
No,
into it?
she found that out before we got together technically, but she's still considered to be new into this. So I wanted an approach because everyone in the film is experts, right? David Wise, Santo Bonacci, they're experts. So you want the audience to relate to someone that's not an expert sometimes, and that would be her. So she it's pivotal.
Has
Do you
she
ever
met
have
you?
flat earth pillow talk with her at all? Like when you're just dropping the hammer
Oh
on
yeah,
her?
throughout this whole documentary, she's been helping me with old documents, articles, patents, things from the past. There's a lot of stuff regarding that. There's more land, guys. So we need to get on board with this because we all bitch and complain about the world we live in. We don't have to fucking live here anymore. So, but we need a lot of people to go do this. They'll stop 500 people. They'll stop 1,000 people. They won't stop 1 billion. We just got to get it to that point where we can get the interest in the people to give a fuck.
Can I ask I wanted to ask this with Alex. Given an unlimited budget, would it not be easier to attempt just to disprove that you to show you can't do it, to circumnavigate the globe by latitude?
North. Okay, listen. Thousands of times the Earth has been circumnavigated.
Right, but
east to west.
Right. Yeah.
Not north to south. So you take a ball. Why don't they do this a million times? You could do that on a flat plane, east to west, east to west. No one's done north to south on the globe, not even once. Because you can't. It's flat, and there is no north.
Yeah,
you
but
can't go to Antarctica and come out the other side. You
could do it effectively enough to prove it's a sphere by going around Antarctica, right?
Yeah, I would take 2 airplanes and chart on the map that they give us that little splooge of Antarctica on the bottom of the ball, the little cum stain, I call it.
Yeah.
That's not Antarctica. That's not Antarctica, guys. Yeah. But pretend it was. You take one plane, you go on this side of it, you chart it, and you meet the other plane on the other side and chart it. It would be a very quick trip, and then that's it. But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, something they won't let you do that.
There's ways to do that, but even then, the treaty probably comes into play.
Okay.
So it's very look. They make it difficult for us to go prove this. But
how did we attack? How did Japan attack us? That's the big thing. Oh, flat earthers think Japan came all the way around here.
That's the dumbest shit. That is the
okay. I'm just asking the questions, bro.
Yeah, I know. No. I'm saying, Sam, if you look at a flat Earth map, I know not all of them are completely accurate. It's hard to chart things that we can't do ourselves. But any flat Earth map,
do you have a name for one that I could pull up easily? Is there a name for a flat Earth?
Yeah, just pull up the Gleason's map.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, and then you could see where those countries are.
You just find Japan, and then you find Hawaii,
and you just
draw a line, and that's it.
Very easy way to sneak up on them. So that's one of the I've heard
the dumbest. Like they're making shit up.
It's almost as dumb as saying that ships go down a 3-mile horizon at the beach, but yet you could see Chicago from 70 miles away on the other cross of Lake Michigan. There's no curve.
Okay, so
find Japan.
Where's Japan on here, Johnny?
Right there.
Okay.
Right no, Japan's right there.
Japan's right there.
Higher. You're in Australia.
Oh, there it is. Shit. Okay.
That's Japan, and then Hawaii's like just draw a straight line to Hawaii. That's it.
Oh wow, yeah. That's it.
They just my God. On them. Yeah.
There is no. See, that's the problem. Is they show people this snow globe in outer space with water falling off the side. None of that exists. We don't think that. Why do you think people think that we think that? Because they've been programmed to think that flat earthers think we're a snow globe floating in outer space, going up with gravity. Understand that after NASA was created to control everybody's minds about this shit, they started the Flat Earth Society right away too.
Flat Earth Society is fake, and it's the first thing that comes up on Google when you look up Flat Earth Society comes up.
It's all government controlled information.
Yeah, Flat Earth Society is fake. Nobody in the Flat Earth movement,
zero,
is part of the Flat Earth Society. Everybody knows that's fake. And that's designed to take people that have questions and maybe they're on the fence a little bit, and they go, let me Google it. And it takes you right to Flat Earth Society, and then it says so many dumb things that it turns people off, and then they're gone. And people say, I looked into it, but it's bullshit. That's exactly what Flat Earth Society is. It's fake.
Yeah. I have another question. This map it makes it look as though Canada and Russia are incredibly close if you go over the North Pole. That would be another way to test this theory, right?
You can go over the North Pole.
I personally I can't trust any map.
Okay.
Period. There's hundreds and hundreds of maps from the past. Some of them have Australia bigger, smaller, Greenland's this big, Greenland's this big. It's fuck the map. It's the concept. The concept of a flat plane. For all I know, continents are in different positions. For all I know, inside that pond that we know of Earth, there's other continents here. Not past Antarctica, but actually here. We don't go. Who's charting when they're flying? Who's looking out the window and going, oh, what's that? No one's doing shit. They're on their iPhone and they can't wait to land.
So you're saying anything. So you're saying there could be a whole piece of land in the middle of the Pacific?
There could be a lot of shit. There could be a whole bunch of shit. How do you know?
How would we know? I don't have any evidence surrounding that. I wouldn't be surprised is my point.
What's your ideal test? What would if you unlimited budget, what would your ideal test be to prove?
And there was no Antarctica treaty. Is there still an
Antarctica? No treaty. You it's your globe to do with.
He already said it.
Planet to do with it. It's just that.
Oh yeah, then
that's the quickest though. That's the quickest, simplest thing you could do.
That Alex's offer of going to Antarctica would be established, and we would go there, and we would have enough resources to last us a couple weeks. There's stories from the past, the late 1800s, early 1900s, of people that they found an inland and they saw another civilization there. Read the Iron Republic. The Iron Republic talks about, this is 1902. It was published in a Florida magazine. This guy and his crew members, they took the ship. They wanted to just travel, go to Antarctica, see what was over there. There was no treaty then, remember? Yeah. And they got through, and 9 hours later, they're by another civilization that they're talking about in the book. Remember, this is the late 1800s, early 1900s, that there's flat screen TVs on the wall. This was printed then. Amazing. This isn't a conspiracy. This is what they
in 1902. They were talking about flat screen TV.
Yes, they were talking about technology that we have now. Electric cars was mentioned. And obviously, the main point of the book was not only was there more land, there was more civilizations, human beings that look like us. So imagine the first day an Asian saw an African American, the first day in history ever. They're human. We're all human, but they look completely different. So they were like, "What the fuck are you?" And the other guy's like, "What the fuck are you?"
Fast forward to the set of Rush Hour.
Yeah, exactly. So now post Rush Hour, it's hard to speak like that. But the point is that we would see the same type of human beings that look different over there. And I'm sure they possibly are controlled too with their system out there. So that's why they don't come here. But in terms of the North Pole, everything I've researched about the North Pole is a magnetic mountain in the center. That's where the Aurora Borealis comes from. That's where all compasses point. There's a magical force there. Your compass is not lying to you. It's telling you to come past the north, come to the north. It's telling you for a reason. There's something over there. And Admiral Byrd's diary was nuts with that, with the giants and everything. And then you link Tartaria to that. Holy shit. There might still be giants there, man. You look at Tartaria, they got giant stairs built with giant doorways, and then tiny stairs with tiny doors built for us. So there's something linked to this. Where Tartaria
I do, dude. I mean,
they go hand in hand.
I totally believe in all that.
I want you to know it. I don't want anybody to believe me or believe anyone else. There's some things you can know. And yes, most of this is considered speculation in terms of more land, because we can't go there and see it with our own eyes. That's firsthand knowledge. But in a court of law, eyewitness testimony wins, I thought. Right? Yeah, eyewitness testimony will win in the court of law.
Enough circumstantial evidence will put someone in jail. Like if someone was accused of murder, and someone said at this restaurant, right? There was a murder at the restaurant, and
say Robert
Joe was accused, and then there was one person that saw Joe in the parking lot, right? That's not enough evidence to put him in jail. You know what I mean? Like a one guy, maybe that guy's lying. But then if 50 people saw him all around and down the street and hiding in a car, they didn't see him actually kill the person. But damn, they got a serious case.
Yeah, and there's a serious case with more land. That's my point.
Okay, so you're saying there's more land past the wall. How much more land are we talking? Like infinity? I know you don't know the answer, but would you say infinity?
Who knows? Who knows?
Just who knows?
The only point of infinity is that for people to understand, if they can grasp looking up at the lights in the sky and claim that goes infinitely through outer space and nebulas and all this shit, that's okay to accept without any evidence. But it's very possible that past Antarctica goes forever. Could there be a stop? Can it stop somewhere? Of course. But again, this is speculation. Yeah. I feel as if there's a lot of land, a lot of land.
Infinite balls is okay, but an infinite plane is not okay. That's not okay.
That's so funny.
No, that
infinite
is
balls.
so interesting.
Oh yeah, infinite balls.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That might be the name of this episode, Infinite
balls. I'm curious now. It seems to me, possibly in the near future, somebody who is well financed could possibly go down there on their own without, any approval from any authority and launch a drone. And do you think that's possible that a group could attempt that?
No, it's not. Unfortunately, you can't get past that certain parallel to even get close enough to.
Is there any hope for us to do this while the treaty's still in place?
No, that's my concern, Alex.
There is.
not without
Get a-
getting fucking killed.
No, you get a billion people together. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, but you
let's
think
be realistic. A couple million people at once storming
Yeah.
that bitch.
And what about
Yeah,
now?
they're
Was
not
it a
gonna do
psyop? The guy who died in the rocket, was that a psyop or was he just misguided? The
Remember
flat-
the guy who was like, I'm gonna prove the Earth is flat or round. I'm gonna go up, and then he died.
Refresh
don't
my
think he
memory.
died.
He died in a rocket.
No, he
I don't think he
died.
died.
That guy
Who?
died.
He did
for sure.
die.
Who are you talking about? Who?
Hold on, I'll give you his name. Just a second. Apologies.
Okay. Maybe I'm not sure what you're referencing.
This guy Mike Hughes. Oh no, this is a. Fuck. Well, hold on. Yeah, Mike
saying
Hughes. Yeah. He was a flat earther.
I don't know anything. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. That guy is not a flat earther.
Well, it says. I mean, okay, it says flat earther
He got paid
died
to put
after.
he got paid to put a bumper sticker on his little thing he was doing, his rockets. Hey, he's not a flat earther. And that's the point here. Whether he died or not, I wasn't there. The main point to me is the media. They attacked it as flat earther dies. He's not a flat earther. That's my point. They have to paint a picture that some crazy flat earther went up 1,000 feet with his rocket. You could go on an airplane, you're higher. So what are you talking about? It's the dumbest story. I for his family's sake, if he's real, rest in peace. But put that aside. Fuck that whole story. It has nothing to do with flat Earth or flat earthers at all. It's the media pinning a bumper sticker onto a story and calling a crazy flat earther stupid for killing himself.
What kind of launch would you need if it's again unlimited budget? What kind of vehicle would you need to prove flat Earth?
All you would need. All you would need.
Go up there.
You know how fast 17,000 miles an hour is, Johnny? 17,000.
I can't even. It's so impossible to imagine. Yeah.
Like, would you even be able to see something that was traveling at because like a bullet is what, 1,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, it's not even close to 17,000.
Not even 1,000, right? A bullet.
Yeah, bullets.
Imagine 17,000 miles an hour. It would be impossible to see it. Right?
It's a tenth of that, Eddie. It's 1,700 miles per hour as a bullet, the average bullet.
Okay. So
ISS is 17,000.
So the International Space Station is
I'm on it.
17,000 miles an hour. You're on it. You know that's going 17,000 miles an hour.
And you're taking perfect still HD images out of your window.
Yeah, I mean it's
satellite.
all bullshit.
Totally real. Yeah.
17,000 miles an hour. That's what they say. And then there's all you would need to do for me, and I've said this before, is take a little GoPro camera, put it on the helmets of these actronauts, and unedited. They're going like 3-4 times a year to drop off cargo and exchange scientists.
Yeah.
And every time they do that, they make it's like $100 million or something like that.
There's 20 edits of the
it's
footage.
it's money laundering. So there's video of the head of NASA in front of Congress begging for more money because they gotta keep. We're gonna go up 3 more times. We gotta send more cargo to the International Space Station.
So
There's
you
no
think
video of them launching or building the International Space Station? It just appeared in space. It just appeared. There's no video. But every time they go up there, they make millions and millions of dollars to drop off cargo.
Damn. So
you think you can dock on something that's going 17,000 miles an hour. So what I need to see is get GoPro cameras on these actronauts, an unedited film of them getting on one of these rockets, docking on the 17,000 mile an hour International Space Station that just appeared 25 years ago. It just appeared in space.
No one knows
we're out here. And every time they talk to these scientists trying to figure out what they're doing up there, they always say this stupid, we're doing scientific research. Yeah. We're out here.
We're playing with bubbles.
And we're doing, they always say this, we're doing science. We're doing scientific research to one day get us back to the moon, to Mars, and beyond into our solar system. They say the same shit every time. There's nothing that they do there. $19 billion a year. They haven't done shit. $19 billion a year? They haven't done shit.
And it's 17,000 miles an hour, but yet people go, hey, I saw that light in the sky going across the sky. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to see that. 17,000 miles an hour. It would just go across the sky. It's going slow enough to where that's got to be probably an airplane with lights on it or a hologram. Who knows what the technology they have? But that's still no argument to me that it's going 17,000 miles an hour above your head, but you're watching it like it's an airplane going across. Like, are we fucking kidding here?
Yeah.
It's
all just COVID bullshit.
Look, man, it's to not only
It's the
hide
same people that are doing the scamdemic. They're the same people. It's the same thing. Climate change, fucking space,
well, listen,
COVID, same thing, same people. It's the same demons.
Let me say this real quick. Most people, Sam specifically, I'm talking to you. I'm sure you know this, and actually should too, that Rockefeller started the Board of Education. Okay, Rockefeller,
Yep.
He got the reason we're taught what we're taught in kindergarten and up is because of what Rockefeller wanted us to learn. So you have to understand that when he took that over in the early 1900s, that's when the book started changing to a globe. Okay. I asked my grandma before she passed, she was 98. David Weiss has talked to many elderly people. ODD TV has talked to elderly people that are still alive today, and they're sharp. They were not teaching the globe in their school at all. There was no such, there wasn't even a hint of a globe. There wasn't even like that back and forth that we all think. That didn't exist, guys. This globe is brand fucking new. This is new. Controlled information. The way the algorithms are controlled now on YouTube, the education was controlled the same way by Rockefeller.
Couldn't agree more,
exactly
dude.
What they were going to do.
AMAs.
If your grandma's alive, ask her. Or grandpa, ask him. Were they teaching Copernicus and Galileo when you were a kid? No. These are made up characters to defend their ball. They created the ball and they created stories that support their ball. And then they created math to support their ball. And they call it gravity. And the rest is history. We have to break this and stop believing. You can't question history books, but keep that. Well, that's not a lie. It is, man. It is the biggest one of them all. And it's connected to Santa Claus to me. And adults just can't let go of their Santa ball. They won't. And no, it's my ball. It's real. I had so many childhood memories dreaming of outer space up above it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Those
dreams are over. They would have already proven it by now, guys. I mean, from every aspect of every angle, a globe can be proven, and they've done none of it.
Yeah. Is that why they're so that's why they ride so hard with the landing on the moon? Because if they say we didn't do that, everything backfires, right?
That's what the moon landing.
It's all money laundering. Yeah, it's just money laundering.
That's what the moon landing was, to reinforce we live on a ball. Up until the point of 1969 Apollo, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon that day. Up until that day, there was no evidence of what the shape of the Earth was. We never went that high to see. One guy went high before NASA came out, Auguste Piccard. And he said, I think he went up 10, 15 miles or something. He goes, it's a flat disc with an upturned edge. Now they shut that down quickly and they go, shit, what are we going to do? It's a flat disc. So they started shooting missiles straight up in the air. And they see that it hit something and spread. So they can't get up this way. They've already lost probably a couple rockets by hitting the top. It blew up. They're like, what the fuck? What are we going to do here? Well, it's very simple. They stopped, they wanted to get this moon mission going. They wanted everyone's minds to say, you know what? Look at what the news is saying. We're going to the moon. We're going to walk on the moon. They had 15 years of programming everyone that was going to happen. This was a 15-year plan. Walt Disney was doing man on moon documentaries in the early 50s. This is way before NASA and the moon landing. They were programming everyone to get ready for it. And then you saw the grainy black and white bullshit. And everyone bought it back then. Half the world heard it on the radio, but they swear it was real. So this was a very easy time to fool everybody.
Well, no, Piccard went up in a balloon, right? So that's something we could do.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, if we wanted to see the Earth was flat at Piccard's height.
I could send up a weather balloon that goes double that now and not risk my life. They've sent
that's what I mean. Yeah, of course.
We've sent up weather balloons that go up 150,000.
Right, but I just don't know why are we coming up with, why are we using that as a point when we've got better evidence than that even?
Well, but still, the evidence of a weather balloon, you're putting a regular camera. A lot of people do fisheye. Stop.
Those wide angle lenses.
You put a regular camera on a weather balloon and shoot it straight up. You will see the flat, motionless plane below you. You will see a local sun in the sky with a hot spot because it's right fucking there. That's why there's this giant hot spot sitting on Earth like a reflection. It's a zone where that's where the sun is. That's where the rays are coming down. All the rays are coming in this way. They're not parallel. all the rays from the clouds would be parallel lines. We've never saw that once. Without parallel lines, there is no Galileo sticks and shadows experiment. That's fraud, because Galileo said the parallel rays of the sun are doing the shadow in the well. There's no parallel rays in nature. Zero.
I love that when people say, "What about her? What is his name?"
Galileo.
No. The Aristotle.
Oh, Aristotle. I'm sorry, my bad. It was Eratosthenes, not Galileo.
Yeah, Aristotle.
My bad.
Like,
I meant Eratosthenes for the audience.
Like he measured a shadow in a well, and then he went 500 miles down the street, and I'm like, dude, how did he travel so far? And
I guess he had a buddy over there. Again, to me, all these stories are fiction. They're all created. There was no Galileo. There was no Eratosthenes. There was no his friend.
Oh shit!
It's all bullshit.
There was no Galileo at all. That's all.
No.
Oh wow.
No.
Dude, a lot of that shit is crazy. What about the video where they hit something? They get so high up, they hear the boom, boom, boom. Correct. What do you think that is?
I think what's above us. Again, I'll be clear here. It's my opinion. I think it's water. I think there's an ocean above us, but it's impenetrable. If you guys ever saw that documentary of that guy before he died, I'm sure they killed him because of this. I think it was like an A&E it was a mainstream documentary where he was going in a submarine underneath the water, but he found another river below that they couldn't penetrate. They kept bouncing off of another body of water under the ocean that he couldn't get through to explore. I think it's the same. If you guys know what that is, if not, my bad, but it's the same shit above us. You can't. It's some sort of dense water. It's some sort of I don't know, man. It's the bottom of probably another world. We're just in these temporary avatars on this earth. We're gonna leave here eventually one day. We'll ascend and probably go and check it out for ourselves. Until then,
do cryptids play into this idea of farther territories?
Does what play into it? Sorry,
cryptids like Bigfoots, Dogman.
Well, I know for a fact that Sasquatch is real. My buddy Tanner in East Texas, Flat Earth Millionaire, in his back, he lives on a lot of acres. I'm just going to put it that way. He's got a nice place, but his back forest goes deep. Okay. And the first time I actually met him, he wanted to tell me about it, but he didn't want to he's like, I don't want to make fun of me, but I have to tell you about Sasquatch. And I'm like, oh, I didn't really know anything about it then, but trust me when I tell you, they're 100% real. I have got their scent. I have seen their beds. I have seen the wood they break and they create these things. They have moved stuff from Tanner's backyard. They don't like him sometimes because, he'll even just probably doing something.
Is he just doing like fucking CrossFit and they hate that shit?
Listen, I have heard them. I've heard them. And they've also got in my head. I wanted to walk to the fence line. He goes, you're not going to walk to the fence line, bro. I go, watch me. I'm not scared of shit. I walk to the fence line and sure enough, I stop myself and I hear a voice in my head say, turn around right now. And I'm like, I started getting a little scared at that point. I'm like, what the fuck? I turn around. I just see myself turning and I'm like, why am I turning around? I start walking back to him and he goes, did they get in your head? I go, I think. He goes, dude, they fuck with my head all the time. He goes, don't go over there because if they don't want you over there, they're going to tell you. And his son is like 4 or 5 years old, like sharp as anything. And remembers stories of seeing them jumping and stuff in the yard at 2 a.m. when he wakes up, looks out the window. He sees them jumping around. They're giant things, man. I heard the vibration of the ground moving when the tree started shaking. So they're real. And everybody come to Texas. I can show you that they're real.
Oh my God. We gotta go.
Do it. Let's do it.
Tanner would have.
Hey, you gonna go, bro? You gonna go? Want to see Bigfoot, dude?
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna be able to capture them. They're very smart. We'd have to.
Who wants to capture a Bigfoot?
No. I mean, capture like video or something, dude. It's not gonna happen. That's gonna be. They're so smart. It's never gonna happen, man. And
well, if they're telepathic, I mean, how could you? It's
correct. And what's funny too, the other time I've been to Tanner's a lot of times. One time I went there, long story short, I wanted to secretly take my cell phone. Okay. I put it in airplane mode too, just in case they felt the radiation. So I want to take my phone, go up to the fence if they let me again, for fuck's sake, go up to it's like a block walk in his backyard. Go up to the fence, just you're not going to capture anything. I want to hear it. Because we hear noises every time. They sound like this when they creep up. They go, and your body is fucking, you're going to get goosebumps and fucking like, what the fuck is that? My eyes open so big. I'm like, what is that? I look at Tanner. He goes, they're here. Relax. And I see this giant tree in the back forest moving like it's fucking nothing, man. Giant tree. Then they stop and they start shaking it again. They're real. There's been consistent eyewitness testimony for dozens, if not hundreds of years. And they're all matching. They're all consistent. The smells, the way they hide, the movements, the noises. You got thousands of stories coming in every year.
Would you say they're interdimensional?
I'm not sure, man. It's, anything's possible. But as far as I know, they're probably like, I don't know, what's a rare animal that barely any zoos can have them in because they're hard to capture, like a jaguar maybe? There's probably some sort of animals that are kind of hard to capture.
They just found a new type of lion or something out in Australia.
Okay.
What was it? So they just found that. So like what you're saying, they might be that rare where they just could have just maybe ran into it recently.
I think they're more powerful than we can ever imagine and fathom. They're powerful, they're fast, they're huge, and it's very hard to capture them alive. But again, this all ties back to Tartaria and Flat Earth for me. So they don't want people knowing about Sasquatch. That's why it's very easy to make fun of it. That's why it's in Star Wars. They want everyone to have. That's why when you hear North Pole, you think Santa. They already glorified every part of the truth that normal people are going to think North Pole, Santa.
That's what Kanye says
Star Wars
about Black Panther.
Yeah.
That they hijacked the term Black Panther and kept it away from militant black groups asking for equality to comic book movies.
Yeah.
I mean, the world is so much more interesting than people want to know, and they just keep hiding all of it from us, dude.
It's so interesting, though.
April 8th, we're in El Paso. April 9th, we're in Corpus Christi, and then April 29th, we're in Chicago, dog.
Hey, my hometown. Woo woo.
And then
really,
we're in that festival the next day. But don't we have another day too? Jacksonville, like in early
that's
June?
June 9th, I think. June 9th or June 11th. I have to look at
you get your tickets at samtripoli.com.
Yeah, we're going to blow it up. Eddie, are you excited about this new podcast?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. It's called Look Into It. I was going to call it Eddie Bravo Radio and just bring that back, but I just thought, man, look into it. I'm so much different than I am in that last podcast. I wasn't.
What's it going to be about?
I discovered Flat Earth at the end of EBR, like the last episode I did with Eric Dubé. That's when I opened my mind to it.
That was my favorite one.
But the rest of them, they're cringeworthy, man. So I gotta set the record straight. I'm a totally different person. The scamdemic totally changed me for the better, I think, and I hope. And I'm gonna, let the world know what's up.
It's gonna be a great show.
Have you seen what's going on with China right now? It's unbelievable. They're locking it down. People are just jumping out of houses because they don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, did you remember what happened?
They did another lockdown in China?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's the
Shanghai and all that shit?
What's the new strain?
New variant.
Well, wait up. You guys don't remember? You guys don't remember before COVID, Hong Kong was protesting?
I do remember, but I don't remember why they were.
I was just for like rights, like human rights and shit like that, and not being part of China. Yeah, not being part of China.
Hong Kong was westernized, and they were trying to implement Chinese laws in Hong Kong, and Hong Kong's like, "Fuck you, we're westernized." But now, dude, you see these cities, dude, they're empty, dude. Nobody's on the street, nobody, and people are just going nuts. And if you protest, they arrest you and throw you in camps. It's super creepy.
That's my point. That would never happen here in this country.
Well, I agree.
It will never happen here. We're blessed for that. But, man, you got to feel bad for other countries because it's like.
It could happen in California.
I give you that. I give you that. I'll give you that in New York. And that's about it.
It seems like they're dropping it. But like Sam just said, man, they're starting shit up in China. They started some shit up in Austria and Germany. I'm like, are they gonna bring this shit back
It ain't
again?
gonna fly in no more, man. No.
I don't think people fall for it, but there is a small group of people that would love it. They would love for it to come back.
They can't wait to show off their fashion statement mask, of course.
Well, because they're the rich kids who have never had any fight or flight in them. And this gives them a reason to get up and fight back and do all that stuff. And it's just,
if it comes back to California, I'm out, man. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore.
Where would you go?
Probably Texas.
Nashville. Sam wants
Florida.
Nashville. Or you
Texas.
want Florida now?
I'm not against it.
It's a different thing every week. Come on, dude.
If you can get me just outside Miami, I might do that. Just a little. So I can't live in Miami, but once in a while I can go in there, experience that Grand Theft Auto life and get the fuck out, right?
Why not Texas? What's wrong with Texas? Texas is the
That's
place
what
to
I'm
be.
always telling them.
I love
has
Texas,
their own power
but
grid.
I'm not doing Austin. I'm doing Dallas. If I'm
Houston.
going,
He thinks Austin makes him a joiner if he goes to Austin.
no, it's just like, dude, everything I'm running from in LA is in Austin.
Like
It's
the good
just-
comedy.
Yeah, I mean, my friends are there. I could I could fly, I could jump over to Austin real quick. Dallas has everything I like. Okay. Has big city. I'm a little outside, can chill, futuristic black women. That's what I'm looking for.
Sasquatch, go east. Sasquatch.
Houston's great, but there's just too much fucking traffic, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like LA.
I just want to do it, dude. So what do you think's going to happen? Do you think anything with this Hunter Biden laptop's going to happen? Or do you have any faith, Eddie?
It's hard to say. It's hard to believe anything. I don't know. But I will say this, though. They could have, there's all these theories. I mean, they could have buried Russiagate. They could have buried the laptop. Why are the people from CNN going down? Why is the laptops just keep building steam? Why they could have buried the election fraud? It just seems like the swing states are just, finding more and more evidence of election fraud. They could have, if the deep state was really all that powerful, they would have buried all that, but it just keeps coming back. I mean, I don't know what to believe. I'm hopeful. I hope enough.
Does
people wake up.
what was it? FEC? The FEC was it? No, the F. What is it? The FCC or somebody fined Hillary? Somebody for basically all this bullshit. Is that a sign that things are starting to move? That people are starting to see
It's
that
the FEC, yeah, the election commission. Yeah.
I think so. It was for like $100,000, which is nothing, but I don't think it's about the money. I think it's about just putting the pieces together, inch by inch. If she's found guilty for this thing, then we could go to the next step. And I don't know what to believe, but it is interesting that, like I said, Russiagate, election fraud, the laptop, that shit won't go away. All the shit in Ukraine, people are just finding out about Ukraine, but if you've been following what the fuck's been going on for the last 4 years, you know that Ukraine is where Biden was doing a lot of shit.
Are you a Khazarian? Are you into that? This is Khazaria at all?
I didn't know that until recently, that Ukraine used to be Khazaria. That's fucking interesting as fuck.
Super interesting, bro.
I mean, Jesus, that's a connection. Like, what are the odds? What a coincidence, right? Like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know. I mean, I know Putin. I mean, he's a bad guy, right? Is Putin a bad guy? The Ukrainian government, that they're corrupt. So the Russian government's corrupt as fuck. The U.S. government is corrupt as fuck. We know that for sure. We know that better than anybody. The Ukraine government's got to be corrupt as fuck. So is the Russian corrupt government battling with the Ukraine corrupt government? Is it like two cartels battling it out?
Crime
Is that what it
cartels,
is?
bro. Well, I mean, like, here's the whole thing. Wasn't Putin part of the World Economic Forum?
Yeah,
I don't
like,
think
what's
Putin's
up
a
with
good
that?
guy. It's just like, is a broken clock right twice a day. Yeah, he might be on the right side of this right now. And people are just starting to realize it. They can't get us. I mean, so far, they have not been able. I mean, this Hunter Biden laptop story is growing quicker than Ukrainian story. I think the Ukrainian story is dying off real quick. You're not seeing, maybe it's because my algorithm won't let me know about, but I don't see a lot of stuff on social media about the Ukraine.
That was a quick distraction, in my opinion. They wanted to end COVID, and for the people that are all about COVID and they're scared of COVID, they needed a real reason to distract them. And there's nothing stronger than a war to get over their fear of COVID. So I feel like the whole Ukraine thing, this whole thing is an agenda. This is not really going on over there. They've compared some video footage of what the news was showing us in Ukraine to a video game of shit bombs in a video game. And it was like 99% the same fucking thing. So for all we know, they could just be showing us some bullshit. None of that's happening out there, or they're doing it in a way where it's controlled like 9/11. So I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that it came out of nowhere. That's for sure. Just out of nowhere. Hey, the mandates are over. Hey, there's a war. It's like that. It's literally that easy for them to press a button, go on to the next thing.
Right. And these people just go from psyop to psyop to psyop. And it's just like, hey, guys, this has been going on since about 2015. That's 7 fucking years, guys, that we've been just this giant fucking psyop of just trying to break us down. And I personally think they're losing. I think everyone's waking up to what Disney's doing, these school boards are doing. You can't save every place. Maybe California and New York City are going to be the last to change, but I think people are waking up on a national level, like more than ever.
I agree. I totally agree. This is why this is the perfect time for me to put this documentary together. Because for me personally, the most important truth is that we live on a motionless plane. And there's possibly more land. So this is the perfect time to put this film out, because there's more people now than ever, of even acquaintances I know, that are waking up to the COVID hoax that I never would have thought they'd wake up to it ever. And they are. So it's time, because people need to know the truth. To me, they all deserve to know the truth, but if they can't grasp it or absorb it, or if they're just, whatever, they're passive about it, I just move on, man. I used to always argue with people and scream at them like, look, here are the facts. Here, NASA documents say stationary plane. I mean, what are you talking about? And they just don't care. So I used to waste all my energy on those people. I don't do that anymore, because there's way too many sleeping lions in the world present day that I know that it's very possible to wake up hundreds of
Hibbler. Don't worry about the sleeping lions. Don't worry about waking up anybody. Everybody wakes up on their own fucking time. All you do is what you're doing here. You're doing on your channels. You're doing what you put it out there. Those who find it, find it. The notion that we should try to wake up sleeping lions it's just a waste of time. Let people find their own fucking way to the truth. Take care of you. Take care of your family. Take care of your business. That's it. I'm like done waking up anybody. You want to talk to me about what's going on? And listen to me. More and more people come up to me all the time. You know, I got to be honest with you. Oh, Eddie, by the way, we're bringing back Comedy Chaos. You in town May 4th?
Yes. Is that a Tuesday?
Wednesday. It's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Why not Tuesday?
Don't get me started. We're starting somewhere, bro. We're starting somewhere. We'll start with Wednesday, and then we'll go back and claim our Tuesday. But I'm down. All right, you're in, dog. May 4th, we're bringing it back. But more and more people coming up to me, more and more people waking up to it, more and more. I mean, dude, Jamie Kennedy's into it. All these guys. I'm just watching people on stage talking about all this conspiracy shit, all this spiritual stuff. And when we started, Eddie Bravo was and Alex Jones taking all the arrows, and now we're got more and more people. But, it's like AA. Attraction, not promotion, dude. You want to fucking join us? Join us. But I ain't begging you, and I'm not going to fucking sit there with a fucking slideshow showing you all the fucking lies. If you can't see it now, you're never going to see it. And maybe you got to ask yourself, are you a real person? Are you an NPC? Because you keep falling for these psyops. And at the end of the day, maybe your ego is so bad, you can't admit you're wrong. And that's it. Either you're not a real person or you just got an ego and you can't admit it's wrong. Okay. And that's on you, not on me. Dude, Eddie Bravo did this episode and he did episode 1. Okay. And since then, in between has been 550 shows. Okay. And everything we've talked about, our batting average is about 950. Okay. 950. Maybe we get little details wrong here and there. Maybe we're hoping corrupt people fix corruption, but the macro, the big thing, the micro, we might get little micros, the macro, fucking making contact with the ball every fucking time. We get on base, bro. We play long game, we play short game, but we get on base. And that's it, man. You listen to the show, you start day 1, you go all the way to now, you'll see everything going on. You see everything.
We got the easy job because our job is not trusting the government. That's fucking easy. You know what I mean? If you're on the side of like, I'm gonna trust the government, you got a hard job, dog. You're gonna take a lot of L's. You're on their side. You're on Big Pharma side. You're on Big
like
you're
that
on Fauci side.
Like Jen
You're on that
Psaki.
side.
You're like a Jen Psaki type.
Yeah,
that's Jen Psaki's job.
Side.
And she can't even do a good job. And it's a fake media that's asking her questions. And she still gets her ass kicked every week she goes out there.
How funny is it? Someone put it out. Dude, like our president has a 38% approval rating. Our vice president has like a 28% approval rating. And they have 99% of the media on their side.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You just can't win, dude. Yeah, dude.
That's, by the way, that's why Biden is still alive. I totally believe that is because Kamala Harris was so startlingly unpopular that they're letting him hang around. That's why he's going loopy because he's past his expiration date, dude. He was supposed to be out by now.
Wait up, Johnny. You're saying if Kamala Harris would have done better, they would have took him out?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I totally believe that. He would either have been put to pasture or
that was the plan,
out.
dude. I really believe that. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, that could be true. I think he's faking it. That's what I think.
Why though? You think he's smart?
I think he's faking it because this is just the theory. I think he's faking being mentally, unstable and showing signs of dementia so that when all this laptop fucking shit comes out, he don't have to stand trial.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
That's what I think. They knew the laptop shit was coming a long time ago. I think they would not let this dumb motherfucker be that dumb. They would. I think it's strategic. I think they're telling him. They're telling him, do some stupid shit. What, you got some new stupid shit you're gonna do? Do that shit. Just space out. Just go out there and just space out and then just walk around like you're lost. I bet they're fucking going, that was great. Keep doing that.
That's
because
so funny.
That laptop's not going away. It's not going away. And eventually if there's
dude, he fucking worked with like the head of Chinese intelligence, bro. I don't understand how this guy isn't locked up right now. I don't understand it
because there's too many people involved in it. It's what Biden was doing and Hunter, what they're doing. I think, it's pretty obvious that Pelosi was doing the same shit. John Kerry was doing the same shit. Mitt Romney. I bet there's a whole shitload of motherfuckers that are doing the same thing. So they're like, you better protect Biden because if he goes down, we're all fucking going down. So Biden is like the one they have to protect. I think he ran for president for protection. I think the whole reason he was running for president was because when you're running for president, you have protection. I think that's what it's about, to be honest. I don't think, it just seems like he's he's saying the dumbest shit. No way that's real. It can't be real. He's got to be faking that shit.
I can see that though.
But what if he's really senile?
They wouldn't let it happen. They wouldn't have him.
Why? But why wouldn't you? If you have a senile guy, then you can just do whatever you want with him. He has no free will at all. You know what I'm saying? They just push him and say, "Hey, go say this," Because you saw what happened.
I don't know.
I
don't know shit. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
just like
interesting.
some dude from the street with, trying to, on the street. It's just common sense. That's what rules the streets. No, you can't. Any bullshit, anything that doesn't make sense, anything that's illogical on the street, you will die. You will die. So, I don't trust these motherfuckers at all. I see like just nothing but deception, and I just see it could be real. Maybe he is just retarded and he's just losing his marbles. Maybe, but he definitely could be faking it. I think to get out of the legal trouble that's coming. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know shit.
You saw it.
I just don't trust shit. And
Reagan
one thing, Johnny, before we go, are you aware of the labels that are put on videos that are controversial? You post anything about a vaccine, boom, they're going to put a label on it. You know what I mean? Anything. You agree that if they're putting labels on something, that they don't want you to know about that shit, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, why would they bother? They don't put labels on like when there's videos of former Pentagon officials or Navy pilots talking about hidden UFOs and hidden UFO technology that the government's covering up. They don't put labels on that shit, right?
Good point. Yeah,
they don't, but they do put labels on anything flat Earth. They do that. Why would they do that? Why are they so concerned when someone talks about flat Earth that that YouTube puts a label on that shit? Why do you think they do
ask
that?
those questions?
Right? Yeah, they don't want people knowing about that kind of
Well,
shit.
I mean, let's just get into what
They redirect
YouTube,
you. They bury all legit flat Earth videos. They bury them on YouTube.
Let's get into
they promote the deep state produced
CNN,
flat Earth.
BBC.
Yeah, they put all that shit right at the top. You put in flat Earth on YouTube, you ain't gonna get into the good shit. You could spell out the name of the video you want to see. Go history of flat Earth by Eric Dubé. That shit will be way down, like 100 videos down.
Yeah, you won't find anything.
You could punch it out word for word, and they're going to give you the flat Earth debunked videos. Flat Earth debunked videos, highly produced videos. They're putting a lot of money in trying to debunk.
Yeah, why waste your time if it's so stupid? If someone came out with the theory that the Earth is the shape of a heart and the oceans pump like blood, something stupid. Those aren't being censored. Those aren't censored videos. They're not going to ban them. They are
demonizing flat Earth. That's for sure.
Because there's fucking more land and their whole system crumbles. If people knew that, everything stops. There's no more taxes. There's no more house taxes. There's no more gasoline charges. They're fooling us that everything is scarce, that we have to abide by their system and their laws because this is all there is. But if there's not all there is, then they lose it all. They wouldn't be able to control us in any form if people found this out.
Johnny, how do you feel about climate change?
Oh, I don't buy it at all.
Johnny's afraid.
Oh, okay. You're for sure. You're on the
no. It's all a money making scheme. It's another way to divert money to dark programs that nobody knows what they're doing.
Club of Rome, bro. Club of Rome.
It's part of the New World Order and environmental terrorism.
Yeah,
it's part of it. They write it down. You go to the Davos groups. They go, look at all the guys. Look at everybody that's pushing climate change. It's all the same COVID demons. It's the same people.
Okay,
it's the exact same people.
So Bravo,
and the people high up in power who are anti climate change. Those are the ones that are like also they're like anti mask mandates, anti vaccine mandates. Same people. I like that term. I like the. I've never voted in my life. I didn't vote for Trump. I never voted never registered, never voted ever. But and I was always raised to think that I'm Democrat. You know what I mean? Democrats like to fuck, right? I'm a Democrat. I like to fuck. So I always thought I'm like Republicans. They wear suits and they don't fuck and they go to church. I'm like, fuck that. So I always thought I was a Democrat my whole life, just trying to be a rock star. I fell for all that shit. And now, I'm not a Republican, not a registered Republican, but the Republicans are the ones that are for the Second Amendment. I'm like, I like that. I like guns. I like to protect my family. The Republicans are down for free speech, the First Amendment. I'm like, I'm down for that shit. They're down for family too. I'm down for family. I'm not Republican, but I like that. I like what they're saying. Anti-mask, anti-vaccine mandates. Shit, I like that. Damn, I like that shit. I don't like what the demons on the left are saying. I don't like that shit, even though they like to fuck. They got one.
Who
Yeah, they got
doesn't
one
like to
good
fuck?
thing about them. You know. What I mean?
Yeah, that should be their whole thing. We like to fuck.
And who knows what they're fucking anymore?
Democrats be fucking.
I know what they're fucking. It's dark arts, bro. Hey, Eddie, dude, great show. I love it.
Thank you, man. Love you, man. Love all
One
you
more
guys.
time.
Thanks for having me on too.
New
man.
show is dropping on Rockfin. Look into it. Eddie Bravo about to fucking blow up the internet.
Can't
I'm
wait.
so excited that you've joined us over there. And you know I love you to pieces. I'm excited you're going to do the Comedy Chaos on May 4th.
Absolutely.
And Hibbler, you're on Rockfin as well. It's rockfin.com/Hibbler.
Hibbler Productions. And I am releasing the next level on Rockfin on April 22nd. It'll be on Vimeo on demand too if you don't have a Rockfin, but come to Rockfin because it's going to be on there. You can watch it in high def, uncensored. April 22nd on Rockfin and Vimeo.
Send me the link so I can
Perfect.
include it and we'll do it. Hope guys go to samtripoli.com. Grab your tickets now to see us in Texas because it's going to be murder, yo. It's going to be a great time. I love you all so much. Thanks for doing the show. Thanks for doing an emergency show with us. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Xavier, for coming and doing another show this week. We love you guys. Have a great weekend. Hope to see you in Texas.
Thank you, man. See ya.
We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind. Foil Hat.